If you've been watching my shorts, then you know that I've been building this house for the past 10 months. And today I want to share with you guys how I was able to afford to do that at the age of 24 without working a regular job and taking off almost 10 months of paid work just to get this done. Now, this adventure starts off with a story. My wife and I got married back in 2018 and we were broke. In fact, we had to go to the Dollar Tree just to be able to afford to buy pots and pans and utensils. And so that was where we started from. We had a good friend of ours that owned a double wide and a little studio apartment right next to it. And so we were renting that out from him for $400 a month, and that was all we could afford. A year later, they decided to sell that house and they were willing to owner finance it to us. So we ended up signing the deal for $77,000 and we bought the double wide and the studio apartment. We continued living in the studio apartment while renting out the double wide, which allowed us to practically live for free. In fact, we might have even been making a little bit of money on that deal. Fast forward 2 years later in 2021, the market appreciated about 150% on that specific property, and we were able to sell it and walk away with $110,000 profit after all taxes and fees. So with that money, we bought an acre of land, a camper, moved into it, and started construction on this house. Now, my wife is an ER nurse, which allowed me to completely take off work, focus on building the house, and she was able to cover all the bills and expenses, which really wasn't much because we were living in a camper. So the bills and expenses were really the interest on the loan that we had taken out, and I'll explain that in a minute, as well as food, electrical bills, and that sort of things. Just your normal everyday stuff. So the $110,000 was able to cover the camper, the acre of land, and the basement of the property. Plus, I think it might have covered the trusses and some of the floor system. And the house we built is a 1,500 square foot home on a basement on an acre of land. So in total, it cost us about $250,000 for all the material, the land, and some of the sub outs that we did, like the sheetrock, the HVAC, and the foundation work. But that left us with a total of $140,000 that we needed to be able to finish this house. And that's where the loan comes in. So my grandfather had an equity line on his house, which he was able to lend to us so we could finish construction on this house. And now that construction is complete, well, almost complete enough to get a loan on it, we're going to do a cash out refi and then pay him back, which will allow us to be free and clear from him. And we will have a very small loan on this beautiful, wonderful house. And that's how I was able to afford to build a house at 24 without a normal job. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below if you have any questions. I'd be happy to hear from you guys and respond to as many of you as I can. Love y'all and have a great day.